Hey everybody, this is going to be about the Enlightenment spreading across Europe. So the Enlightenment's going to spread a number of ways. There's going to be a number of rulers who are going to embrace the Enlightenment ideas, and they're going to be known as enlightened despots. Catherine the Great is going to be one, and Frederick the Great is going to be another enlightened despot. They recognized the ideas and corresponded with the Enlightenment thinkers, and some enacted changes to better the people. Some didn't really enact the changes, but at least they thought about them. So here are some of the big changes. The relationship between the ruler and the state. The Enlightenment is going to get rid of the old idea. And the old idea was the state and its citizens exist to serve the monarch. Louis XIV repeatedly said, I am the state. And that was the old example where the kings were absolute and believed in divine right. With the Enlightenment idea, monarchs now recognize that the monarch exists to serve the state and to support its citizens' welfare. Frederick the Great said, a ruler is only the first servant of the state. And this is a more positive outlook on rulers listening to their people. Catherine the Great, she is going to be an enlightened despot. She's going to enact some changes. She rules Russia. And Catherine, she's going to form a commission to review Russia's laws that she believes are unjust. She's going to present the commission with a proposal for reforms based on the ideas of Enlightenment thinkers like Montesquieu and Becerra. Among those changes, Catherine is going to ask and recommend allowing religious toleration in her country. And she's going to want to abolish torture and get rid of capital punishment. However, her commission, made up of nobles, does not approve any of her changes. They basically want to keep the power for the wealthy few. Catherine the Great, on a side note, had her husband imprisoned, and while he was in prison, he mysteriously died, and she took total control of Russia. Here is a picture of a meeting where people would discuss the philosophies of Enlightenment philosophers such as Montesquieu, Voltaire, and John Locke. And these meetings were known as salons. Writers, scientists, and other intellectuals, and mostly wealthy, would show up here where they discuss all these Enlightenment ideas and how they should pertain to government. Now, if you didn't get to the meeting, don't worry. They'd often write down some of their ideas, and early journals and magazines came up, and they would be circulated among people. People would read them. Literacy was increasing. Education is paying off. Now, people could hear these ideas about change and basically the people getting a say in government. And this is an example of a magazine for enlightened gentlemen talking about changes that should be enacted in government. England led in publications. And if you look during the 1790s, all these publications, they just basically skyrocket. And this is due to the printing press and this sharing of knowledge. And the encyclopedia, if you would go to the library, there's sets of encyclopedias today. And these encyclopedias got their start in the Enlightenment, where a lot of these new ideas and new philosophies would be written down in bound sets of books that could be circulated. Running experiments. And here's just a experiment, and it's basically enlightened thinkers also thought like the scientific revolution. Run experiments and find out how things really work. Some of the terms you need to know are salon, which is a gathering of enlightened people. Baroque was a style, and neoclassical is also a building style that's going to come in this period.